Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Outrageous Stories that just so happen to be true. All right, so today's going to be a deep one. Um, it's gonna kind of be a twofer. I'm gonna be talking about a story that happened to maybe one or two of my buddies. I'm not entirely sure how far I want to go into this, but basically, this video is not only to tell some stories, but it's also to kind of teach a lesson this time. This time, I really want to bring home the point that if somebody doesn't appreciate you, no matter how much you like them or exciting you think they are or how cool you think they may be, it might be a good idea to just cut ties. What I mean by this is, a lot of time in today's society, I feel like people want to be around people that don't appreciate them, almost as if they're trying to get that person to like them, or it's weird. It's weird. Like, society's made it so that we gravitate towards people we shouldn't gravitate towards, and we push away the people that care about us the most. And I'm hoping that by telling you the story of what happened to my friend, it might get you to think, so that you might reconsider who you spend your time with, and who you decide to, it's really hard to explain. It's not hard to explain, but it's basically who you decide to spend your time with and why. So to skip all that, I might even just cut out that little portion where I stuttered a little bit. But here's the story. So I want to say back in 2015, I'll start earlier than that. I'll start talking about my friend first, and then I'll tell you what happened. Back in around 2012 to 2013, I was in Germany, and I had made a lot of friends in the drinking scene, because I used to drink a lot. I used to be an alcoholic. I talk about it a couple times in some of my videos, and it really became like, whenever I drank and I spent time with those people in the bars every weekend, they kind of became my family. And one girl in particular, I never share names on my videos. She was a bartender, and she was a sweet girl. She's very nice. She had a big heart. She was a twin. She cared about everybody that came in the bar, and she was like one of the coolest people I had ever met. And I remember we used to sit there, and I used to go in there and I'd get drunk, and like we'd sit there and share stories, and it was almost like, I know she's just a bartender and all, but like I really took that friendship seriously, because she was so kind to me. It didn't make any sense, Maybe it's just because she was taking my money. Maybe this lesson's for me too. But I hadn't seen the warning signs, but as sweet as she was, she had a knack for attracting really, really bad guys. And when I mean bad guys, I mean, the typical bad guy. He's exciting. He drives a really fast car. He likes to drink. He's a rebel without a cause. He has a lot of money. He likes to do whatever he wants. He spends his money on drinking and chasing girls, kind of like I was back in 2013. And her favorite of all those kinds of men were the military men, because the foreigners in Germany really loved hanging out with the military guys. And she always I can't say always, it appeared that she she liked the knuckleheads, the really bad, the worst of us. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, military guys, we ain't shit. For the most part, we're not shit, and I knew this back then too. So it was crazy because like I really enjoyed spending time with her. She was a really cool person, and being around me, she was safe. But a lot of people don't understand that being around people that really don't appreciate you, that just want something from you, that's not a safe environment. Because if they don't really appreciate you and they don't care about themselves, then they're going to make decisions that can not only affect them but you as well. So I want to say in 2015, she decided that I guess she had been talking to some army officer or something like that, and I mean, from what I was told by another party, she was with him. I'm guessing intimately. I'm not entirely sure, so don't put any words in my mouth. And he was one of those kind of guys. He didn't care about anything. He drove a really fast car. He had a suspended license, from what I heard, and he had a knack for driving drunk. The thing is she didn't seem to care about that. She just saw an exciting military man that made a lot of money that wanted her. He gave her attention, I guess the kind of attention she wanted. So one dark stormy night, they were riding down this hill. They have this hill in Lonsdale, and they were going fast. From what I heard, they were doing like 120 clicks, and it was raining, pouring raining. Driver's drunk, best friend's knocked out in the back seat. She's in the passenger seat, I guess, just enjoying the ride. And I guess his reaction time was off, and they go flying right off the side of this cliff, like right off the side, like, because you can't make a turn like that. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, you could be, I can't say a dude from Fast and Furious because he died too, but you could be a stuntman. You could be like the best driver in the world. You're going 120 clicks trying to go around a corner that's daggone near, I want to say like 45 degrees, and it's pouring raining. You're not gonna make that turn. And he did. He went flying straight off the side. Apparently the car hit a bunch of trees on the way down. He flew out the window, instantly killed. His best friend goes flying out because he was just passed out in the back. I guess he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I'm not entirely sure. Boom, he's dead too. And then she, I guess she had her seatbelt on because she ended up staying in the car as the car hit every tree and just jumbled around and smashed up. Apparently, the car had encased her inside it. Like, she was encased in this car, and it was so bad they had to pry her out, and she was in a coma for like a month. Now, I don't know if you guys know about comas, but when you're in a coma, your brain like goes dead, and it's bad. The chances of you ever getting out of a coma past a month with a functioning brain is like slim to none. And I remember seeing on my Facebook feed like all these messages to her. Oh my gosh, I hope you're okay. We're all praying for you. This, and that. And I was freaking out. I was like, what the hell's going on? You know, what's going on? So I contact her best friend, and she's all like, oh, she's okay. She's gonna be all right, but it doesn't look good. It's critical. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, like, cause like I said, like I really cared about her. She was like a really good friend of mine. I was like, oh my gosh, no, dude, no. And it brought back all those memories to me. And I was like, holy shit, like, I have no idea what's going on. And then, come to find out, like, she made it. Like, she survived. And a month later, she woke up. And they said for the first, like, month or so, like, her brain wasn't working at all. Like, she was just freaking out, and she couldn't talk, and she didn't want to talk to anybody. And, I mean, I could only imagine. You live through something like that, like, that's gotta be freaky, you know? So after all this happens, fast forward about a year and some change, I decided to go visit. And when I go over there, I talk to a friend. I'm like, hey, look, I want to see old girl. Like, where's she at? And she's like, oh, she's here, and there, right? So I'm like, so I was looking all over the place. Like, me and my buddy tried to go find her and everything. We couldn't. So I was just like, all right, look, you're gonna have to bring me out there because I gotta see my buddy. I gotta make sure that she's okay. And she's like, okay, we'll go out there. So we go out there, and I remember we got up into the elevator, and her friend looks at me and she says, Rob, I gotta let you know something. She doesn't remember a lot of people. So if she don't remember you, don't get offended. And I'm like, oh man, it's okay. I just want to see that she's okay. Because I made a lot of empty promises to this friend before I left. And I had every intention of fulfilling all of those promises. See, that's kind of the thing. Like, you can tell who cares about you by how they talk to you and how they treat you. It's not just attention that you want. I mean, a lot of people think, well, I just want this kind of attention and this kind of excitement. But the truth of the matter is someone who cares about you is going to display it in not only how they talk and act, but how exactly they do it. I know that didn't make too much sense, but what I mean by that is someone who cares about you isn't going to risk your life with their life. They'll risk their life for your life, but they won't risk your life with their life. Someone who cares about you isn't going to be willing to put you in a position that could jeopardize not just them, but you as well. And somebody who cares about you is going to do what they promised they said they were going to do. Or they're at least going to try. So we get up there, and I remember seeing her, and she's in a wheelchair. She's got this wicked scar. It looked awesome. Like, it was like, I know that sounds crazy, but like, she had this scar on her head, but it looked so cool. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but it looked really cool. And I remember looking at her, and I was just like, oh, dang, right? And she turns around, and she's like, Rob! And I was like, oh, I almost wanted to cry, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, she remembered me. And she had you said she wouldn't remember. And she's like, she remembers you. And I sat down with her, and I was just talking to her, and it was like old times. It was like her brain was working great. And I'm like, dude, she has no idea how lucky she is that she made it out with a functioning brain. I mean, yeah, she got wrecked. Like, you could tell. Like, she got wrecked. But, like, everything was recoverable from what I was told. Everything was recoverable. It was a miracle she was still alive. And I was like, I remember sitting there, like, tears were welling up. I was like, I can't believe you're still alive. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about what happened. And then her friend tells me about the situation, about the guy and the friend and them drinking and then him driving off the side of the cliff. And I remember getting really angry. I remember getting really, really, really angry. Like, why would you put so? I mean, because, like, this is somebody that she was hooking up with. So you would think that he cared about her, right? But he put her in that position. And I'm like, why would you put someone you care about in that position? And that's when it dawned on me. I was just like, this guy didn't care about her. He was just after some tail, and he was just trying to show off. He was selfish. Very selfish. And it was weird because at that moment in time, I thought back to when I was in Ramstein, and I realized I was that guy. At one point in time, I was that guy. I was selfish. I didn't care. I was putting people in positions that they shouldn't have been put in. I was jeopardizing not just myself, but my friends and people I really cared about. And I'd done a lot of growth since then. Because I had changed. That year I had quit drinking, and I had started showing people I cared about them, and I learned how to effectively communicate with people. And just thinking about that, I wanted to be mad at him, but then I realized that I couldn't be mad at him because I understood him. I understood who he was. I understood what happened to him, and then I remembered all the times I made mistakes like that, and I should have died, but I didn't. And instead of being angry, I felt bad for him because he didn't make it out with his life, and neither did his friend, because he was being selfish. Life is too short for us to be making decisions like this. And I feel bad for my generation because a lot of us are like this. At some point in time, we gotta stop and reflect and really think about what we're doing. Because if you care about the people you're with, you're gonna show them that you care about them. And you're not gonna put them in positions like that. But at the same time, it was her choice to go off with him. She probably saw the same warning signs I saw, but she ignored them because it was fun and it was exciting. So the truth is it's not just his fault. It's also hers. We have to value ourselves a lot more than we do now. And to do that, you have to stay away from people that don't respect, care, or value you as a person. You gotta do better. You have to set a standard for yourself. We have to expect better, you know? We can't settle for anything less. Because when we settle for anything less, we're just putting ourselves in a position that can end in misery, death, loss of friendships, loss of relationships. Oh. I mean, shit. There's not much more I can say about that, guys. Like, that's it. Like, we gotta do better, guys. So, this year, if you're watching this video, just know that instead of pushing the people away that care about you, start holding them closer and showing them that you care about them. And if somebody shows you that they don't appreciate or value you, just let them go. Because they're not worth your life, and they're obviously not worth your time. Alright, y'all. Hope you guys like this. I know I rambled quite a bit. I was having a hard time gathering my words because this is a very emotional topic. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like and subscribe if you'd like. I'll have another video to you guys whenever I get the chance. I know. Peace.